Neither fighter willing to slow down. Good jab to the body. Fundamentals always help. Nice counter shot. When you're fighting a counterpuncher, you want to bait them in to throw first. Make them think you're going to throw a punch so that they exchange.
Todd, I understand what you're saying, but you've got to be honest. You've got to be on it. You've got to be a pro. You've got to think right. Concentrate.
Throws the jab and doesn't score. They exchange punches. Didn't land that jab. This counterpuncher is going to wait for you to move first and then will strike like a snake. Keep an eye on this guy.
They have got great ring IQ. Counterpunches are the best.
Pretty close fight here in this round.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
They walk away from each other and then run right back into trouble. Got out of the way of that right hook. And he scores with the counter. They're both going for the KO. It's so obvious. He threw a punch and just got countered. That counter punch caught him clean. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there would be some more action here. Perfect counter shot. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Let's talk about Marquez in that last round. Well, he is glad to have heard that bell.
The bell, sometimes it couldn't...
Get your mind back on the job. Get back out.
Well, we've just taken a big breath, and here we go again. Let's see how they bounce back here in this round.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
Deciding to let it all hang out here in this round. Those counter punches have to hurt. Well, Johnny, we're a couple rounds in. What are you seeing so far?
Work the body, frustrate them, take the mind off the chin, take the mind off protecting everything around that. Work the body, use tactics. Sometimes it's all right to actually outbox a fight and beat them on points.
Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. You couldn't write a script like this. This is like Rocky versus Apollo. They're both trying for a knockout. Well, you know with featherweights, the hands are going to be flying. A lot of punch output.
This is about ego. Get your ego in check, Todd, because if you fight a man that is used to doing this, he's confident and comfortable doing this, why are you giving him that chance to dance that dance? Step out the way, box him, frustrate him, because if you let him get away with it, he'll close you down.
This fight a little bit closer than I think a lot of people thought.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Nice job getting that punch through. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. Hold it right there. Jorge Linares is in some serious, serious trouble. No, we don't see a knockdown.
Now they've got to wake up. They've got to get on the back foot, clear the head a little bit, then jump back into it again. It's all about the hustle. Get back on it.
Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Marquez in that last round. Talk about a one-sided 3 minutes. We just saw it.
Get your mind back. Get your focus back.
There's the bell to start round 3. Coming off that fantastic last round, let's see if he can keep his momentum going.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
There's a counter shot. You don't want to go tit for tat in there in this fight. This fighter's sort of the death by 1,000 paper cuts approach. He'll hit you 1,000 times before you can land one.
Some fighters are just gifted with such hand speed, footwork, movement. They are gifted. They are the chosen few.
Catch and shoot. Punch, counter punch. Good punch. Nice counter shot. That punch has been his best weapon all fight long. Got out of the way of that right hook. Both fighters landing in these exchanges. Judge is going to have a tough job.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. The work rate is down. The head isn't moving as well, Johnny. Fatigue is starting to set in.
Now you've got two fighters that are absolutely shattered. What gets you through? Willpower. Calm, because if you panic, you get desperate. If you get desperate, you make mistakes. If you make mistakes, you get knocked out.
Beautiful counter shot. That jab doesn't find a home. Think of holding on here for a minute. So much for boxing. This is a fist fight. Nice counter punch right up the middle. Talk about Marquez in that last round. I promise you all.
Don't worry about it. Go out there.
Back at it in round 4. After a really strong round, let's see if they can finish the job.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Endurance is becoming a factor. You can see this fighter having a hard time getting out of the way of the punches, and they're not throwing as many on their own.
Midway through the fight, if you are tired, this can be the loneliest place in the world. If you cheated, now we're going to find out.
How about that time counter shot? Swinging big and missing big with that hook. Good counter punching. Looking to land the hook. Well done with that counter shot. This fighter has been extremely aggressive so far, Johnny, but how do they keep it up over the distance of this fight?
How do you deal with an aggressive fighter? What you do is you fight, fire with fight. You either give it them back because that's where they're comfortable, or you play calm, play cool.
That counter shot lands. The perfect counter lands. Right hook just missed. Nope, that hook won't score. And this fight is over. As you can see, it was a hit to the head that did it. Let's watch it again.
I've got this.
Not many people would have predicted it, but we've got a knockout victory.
A knockout victory. That is, Todd, did you see the shot? That's not a knockout.
The crowd has been waiting for this one for a very long time. Welcome to the CompuBox Academy. I'm Todd Grisham, and watching this, Hector Macho Camacho. Don't let his good looks and personality get you. And it's the king.
This bout,
One of the hottest tickets. Here we go for round one. Defense is not an option for these two. Good counter punching. Those counter punches have to hurt. Someone tell these two that they can be defensive for a minute if they want to. Insane action. So much pre-match drama before this showdown. Who could forget what we saw yesterday at the weigh-in? These two boxers are finally ready to get it on.
This is not just hype. We are in for something special tonight. What an arena, what an atmosphere, what a build-up.
Punch, counter punch. So much for boxing. This is a fist fight. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Misses with the straight left. This fight a little bit closer than I think a lot of people thought.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
This fighter embodies the cardinal rule of boxing. Hit and don't get hit.
Do not give an outside fighter time to think. You've got to make the fighter panic. You've got to rush the fighter into doing things they don't normally do.
Well, they're going deep into the gas tank on this round. The pace will slow down. It picks up. Which fighter will say no mas? Big whiff with the right hook. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. This is not how the story was supposed to go for Amir Khan. Let's talk about Hector Camacho in that last round. There's the bell for round 2. Wasn't ready for that counter punch. We've seen this fighter in the past go 12 rounds and not have a mark on their face. That's what happens when you stick and move, you hit and you don't get hit.
This is what makes outside fighters so good. Their footwork is second to none. It's as fast as their hands.
One punch could change everything in this battle. How did they survive that?
It's been a tough round so far. It's been a tough round. What do they do? What do they tell him when he goes back to the corner? How are they going to get through this?
And he scores with the counter. Missing with the hook. Perfect counter shot. These two were made for each other. Good fight so far. Both of these fighters have had their moments.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill. Tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you. And so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Nice counter. Energy and endurance are not an issue for this fighter who continues to be aggressive as the rounds wear on.
Sometimes when you have a fight, the best way to beat a fight is not give them what they want. Because they want to get you there. They want you to stand there toe-to-toe with them and have a tell. That's what they do in the gym every single day of the week. What you've got to do is you've got to frustrate them as they set their shots. Get out of the way. And they'll get so angry, so frustrated because they can't work.
Stamina is off the charts. That counter shot lands. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. talk about Hector Camacho. That was almost... Here we go in round 3. Who's going to land the first big shot? They've got all the momentum on their side after that last round. Let's see what they do here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. Misses. Well, with welterweights, they sometimes bring you the best of both worlds. Fast hands and power.
This could be really intimidating, Todd. If you know somebody's got the punch power, someone's got the speed, it can be intimidating. Just depends on how confident you are as a fighter.
And he misses with that straight left. Deciding to let it all hang out here in this round. They call it the chin. How strong is your chin? Do you have a glass chin? These are things that can affect the fight.
What a gift. What a gift it is to have a chin where you know you can walk through anything and everything. When you let those shots go and it's just bouncing up and they're walking you down, it's so demoralizing. It absolutely breaks your heart. What else can you do?
Both of these fighters have had their moments.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Got out of the way of that right hook. There's a counter shot. Nice counter punch right up the middle. You don't want to go tit for tat in there in this fight. Swing and a miss with that hook. His stamina is off the charts. Right hook catching air. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Let's talk about Hector Camacho that last round. After what we saw in that last round, it's here we go in round 4. Who's going to land the first big shot? This fight has been very one-sided. What are we going to have in this round?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
We both know who the bigger power puncher is. There's a significant power difference. How would you handle that?
That power might be the do or die. That power might...
And Hector Camacho couldn't take anymore. What a knockout headshot. Let's watch it again. And they knew it when they threw. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Will you continue? Can't believe they managed to beat the count, but that could be the last hurrah.
What resilience to be down and to be back up again, to get yourself back into fight again, to show your fitness and determination. Maximum respect.
Holding nothing back here in the round. through the straight left, but it won't score. We're at the halfway point. There's no doubt who's won this round so far.
The corners must be so happy. Down to a T, play the plan out to a T. If they can pick up momentum and do this over and over and over again, they've got it.
Incredible work rate. There's been a significant aggression difference in this fight, Johnny. What do you see?
This is about ego. Get your ego in check, Todd, because if you fight a man that is used to doing this, he's confident and comfortable doing this, why are you giving him that chance to dance that dance? Step out of the way, box him, frustrate him, because if you let him get away with it, he'll close you down.
Nice looking right hook, but he blocked it. Blocked. This is some of the best action I've seen in any round, anywhere this year. Final 10 seconds here, unless something major happens. I think we all know who won that one. Let's talk about Hector Camacho. You've got to wonder how big of a factor that knockdown is going to be we just saw. Here we go in round 5. Who's going to land the first big shot? His eyes look pretty clear here, Johnny. How do you think he's going to do after being knocked down in the last round?
Oh, listen to me. If I knock somebody down like that round, you know this round coming out? He's getting everything full barrel because I know his legs are gone. So this, you watch what's going to happen. If he doesn't, I'll be very surprised.
What do you think of this fight so far, Johnny?
So you're getting in there with somebody that's so fast, you're prepared.
I don't care how good your chin is, a punch like that, and you're going down.
Even I've got...
1, 2, 3, 4. Give me your blow.
So this was an unexpected turn of events. What happens next?
What now is about getting back to the corner, freshen up, get new instructions given to you, and they've got to G you up. They've got to tell you what you're doing wrong and what you're doing right.
A lot of effort being exerted here. And he misses with that straight left. Halfway through the round, and they're struggling a little bit.
There's a lot of work to do, and you know what? It's hard to pull back. Don't get into the habit of losing. Don't get into the habit of being second place. You've got to change the habit. You've got to change something, because otherwise, why should it change?
There's no way this fighter can go punch for punch. Their resistance to these blows just isn't the same.
This is when you get in the ring feeling like you're King Kong, because you know you've got a chin that is not going to get dented.
Just when you thought we'd see a lull in the action, here we go again. Starting to take some deep breaths now, but still fighting hard. Both men step back for just a moment. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Final 10 seconds here, and the corner is going to have their work cut out for them. Let's talk about Khan in that last round. Well, this fighter has been down twice. They've got to up their game here. This fight.
That was a terrible round.
On to the 6th round. It's been a nightmare so far. What can they do to turn this around?
I have no idea what they have left. How do you come back from something like that? Cut down twice? Where's your head at? Where's your energy levels at? It tells you you've got nothing left.
This fighter's certainly not going to outthrow their opponent by any means, but they will, when they hit, be a lot harder.
I've seen certain fighters that can depend on just their power alone. Forget tactics. They know the second they touch you, it's done. That's where the confidence comes from.
He misses with that jab. Beautiful counter punch. Which one of these athletes is going to say, I can't take it anymore? How do they use this fighter's aggression against them?
How do you deal with an aggressive fighter? What you do is you fight fire with fire. You either give it them back because that's where they're comfortable, or you play calm, play cool.
Counter punch caught him clean. Good counter punch. Stamina is off the charts. So much bruising. Will the referee stop this fight?
Are you all right? Are you okay?
This fight will continue. The only fear you have with this fighter is, has he punched himself out? Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. Amir Khan in some real trouble. Disaster averted, it seems. We continue on.
Green Days now needs to steady the pace. Get the pace back to normal.
Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Let's talk about Hector Camacho in that last round. I'm worried about these two fighters gassing out as this fight goes on. Here we go. It's round 7. Fatigue is setting in. Let's see how they handle it here in this round.
Exerted a lot of energy in the fight so far.
Whoa, Johnny, take a look at this action. Oh, boy. Amir Khan dazed. And down goes Amir Khan. A good body shot will paralyze you, and as you can see here, that's exactly what happened.
That's lights out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We're out.
You heard that right, ladies and gentlemen. A knockout victory.